This morning, Feeding America released data from its annual Map the Meal Gap report, which highlights local food insecurity data for all 198 regional food banks across the nation. The data demonstrates a massive increase in food insecurity from 2021 to 2022, a single-year jump that we have not seen or experienced since the Great Recession. The overall food insecurity for our 10-county service area jumped from just over 9% to 12%. Across our 10 counties that we serve, more than 151,000 people are now considered food insecure. This report captures the impact of both inflation and rising food costs on households in our region at that time. It also shows what happens when government programs designed and proven to reduce poverty and food insecurity are left to expire. Specifically, I'm talking about the child tax credit, free school meals, and increased SNAP benefits, all gone within a year. Food insecurity fell sharply in 2021. You see that in this chart as well, when the nation's COVID response mechanisms were in full effect. It spiked dramatically when government officials at the federal level lacked the political will to preserve them. Again, this newly unveiled data is from 2022. You may be wondering, do the stats still hold up today? For newer data, Foodlink analyzed reports from its network of member food pantries and meal programs this year. From January through March, visits for emergency food increased 35% over 2023. And last but not least, something that we've always known and has not changed, food insecurity does not impact everyone in the same way. It impacts, in fact, if you are Black or Hispanic, you are more than 3 times more likely to experience food insecurity in our region. Although the numbers I've shared paint a grim picture of what our neighbors are experiencing, our collective response is truly a success story of how this nonprofit network has mobilized to address the rise in need.
We've only been open about 9 months, but in those months, we have come face to face with what food insecurity looks like. Each week, we have over 300 households that come through our door. There's a grandfather that rides his bike 3 miles to come to the food pantry to find food for his grandson that he's responsible for. There's a mother who walks from Lyle Avenue to North Clinton with her 2 toddlers and a 3-month-old baby, and then walks home again. These are real people, not just statistics.
When you see people in the community starving and not being able to have what they need, it hurts. It hurts us that supply it. And I'm very thankful for Foodlink that they welcomed us in as a partner, because we see in our area, we're in the 14605 main area, we started off with about 40 to 45 families a week. Now it has gone up to over 100. When the people come in and they're so appreciative, you just can't help but love what you're doing.
In Ontario County, we witness these stories. One mother in Canandaigua recently shared that she has 3 young children, and those children are fed at school every day, but at home the food pantry is bare. So they are sharing an alternating schedule for sharing dinner each night. The food pantry helps fill the gap to fill their pantry so that those kids can eat dinner, and this is real.
What can be done? 2 things. One is advocacy. As I mentioned earlier, we're incredibly proud of our collective advocacy work. We're grateful to our legislators who stood alongside us to increase those investments in the Hunger Prevention Nutrition Assistance Program and the Nourish New York program. Our advocacy, however, cannot stop there. There is a new bill that was introduced to enact a $100 SNAP minimum this past season, but it failed to get enough support. Investments in SNAP are always the most effective way to reduce food insecurity, and we will continue to advocate for this. The work we do to ensure food access in our region requires significant infrastructure, systems, coordination, and partnerships, and we need financial support to sustain it. And yet, in the face of economic uncertainty, we and our partners have seen a drop in donations when we need them the most. When you support Foodlink, you're also supporting agencies like those that you just heard from. So we encourage people to learn more, to look at the data. It's on our website at foodlinkny.org, and you can also go to our website to make a donation and to support this work.